Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Manic Candice podcast. It's your girl Candice back at it again with a brand new episode of the podcast. And today, this morning, this evening, this afternoon, this good night, I have a treat for you. It's currently 2:11 p.m. as I'm recording this, and about an hour ago, exactly, I found out I got catfished. Like, for sure. So... So before we get into today's episode, please rate the podcast 5 stars. Please share this episode with your friends, family, and your followers. Share the podcast in general with your friends, family, and your followers. I have a new link which leads to my social media, and there's even a button to click if you want to email me. So, how did this happen? I was on TikTok. That's how this happened. I was on TikTok. And this was October 26th or October 27th. So this was recent. This only lasted about 10 days. I feel so stupid. Like, I just feel like I thought... Well, first of all, I knew beforehand. Like, I knew before I found out. Like, I was waiting for, like, hard evidence. Because I didn't want to confront anybody and be, like, gaslit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be told that I'm wrong. Like, I need hard evidence. Like, I just wanted hard evidence to just shove it in their face. And that's exactly what I did. I confronted them. And I'm like... I sent them screenshots of my evidence, and they had nothing to say. The message was unread. They had nothing to say. And I'm like, this is how hard the evidence was. So I got catfished by some account trying to be Tommy Richman. Let me say that again. I got catfished by an account pretending to be Tommy Richman. Who is Tommy Richman, Candice? Tommy Richman is the singer of $1 Million Baby. That song that came out a year ago. That was number 2 on the Billboard. Who do I think I am? Like, first of all, like, I have a history of wanting to talk to men that I like who are celebrities, who tend to be musicians, who are online. Villavalo's not online for a good reason, because of people like me. Ricky Hill is another example. When I was in high school, I sent Ricky Hill my phone number, via Instagram comments. I commented under his picture, my phone number. I got so many calls from people pretending to be him. And then it was so funny that he ended up adding me from his main profile. So I knew it was him. And then to this day, he still has me on Twitter from his official profile. So I know it's him. And Ricky Hill's not that famous. Like, he's Tommy Hilfiger's son, but like, he's not that famous as a musician. Anyways. I have a thing for musicians, obviously. That's my type, obviously. Villavalo, Ricky Hill, and now Tommy Richman. You can add Tommy Richman to the list. I went through so many emotions, and then it dawned on me. You're being love bombed. This is too good to be true. You're stupid. And look for evidence. So, early on... After October, well, this is how it started. I was on TikTok, and I commented on Tommy Richman's official page, "I love you, Tommy." And like, I got a friend request from Tommy Richman shortly after, and then I'm like, who the fuck is this? So I added them back after looking at their profile, and I look at their profile, and it's pretty convincing. it's pretty convincing, the stuff that they took, and I'll explain to you why it was so convincing, because they're pretty dedicated to being to pretending to be Tommy Richman. I did a whole complete investigation. Like, the last thing I didn't do was just look up this name in LexisNexis or something. But LOL at me for thinking it was Tommy Richman. So immediately I send him my number, and I'm like, oh my God, because it might be, I don't know. So, like, because celebrities have burner accounts. But the whole point of a burner account is to, like, use a name that is not you and no picture, whatever. So they sent a laughing emoji, like, immediately, and I'm like, I know this might not be you, but this has worked for me before, like, hence Ricky Hill. So, like, I was just like, I'll take a chance. I'm all about chances. My intention at first wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna fall in love with Tommy Richman. It wasn't like that. I wasn't, okay. When I say I went through so many emotions, like, I had to like grow an attraction to Tommy Richman, because at first I wasn't attracted to him. Look him up. Like, he's not conventionally attractive. It had to grow on me once I because I thought for a hot second that I was talking to Tommy Richman, because when it dawned on me that it might be him, because he had some convincing stuff to say and to send. Once it dawned on me that it might be him, which it wasn't him in the end. I just want to note that I know that now. We had a friendly conversation, at least from my intention. Like, I wasn't trying to be a groupie right away. Like I said, I wasn't conventionally attractive to Tommy Richman at first. I am now. I sent naked photos to this person. Dumb. Okay. So this person, see, that's the scary part. I don't know who this psycho is. And, like, you're a psycho because you're pretending to be someone for so long. And, like, the way he was love bombing me, it was psycho. I recognized it right away. And I'm like, the whole time I was, like, gaslighting myself until I started doing some research. Okay, this is how it started. I was just talking to him like normal. Like, I wasn't acting starstruck, and he commented on that. And see, I'm manipulative, so it's just like, that was on purpose. I don't want a celebrity to be turned off by me being starstruck. So I was acting like I wasn't. Even though at first I was like, oh my God, I might be talking to Tommy Richman. See, the whole might be was always might be. Like, I never 100% let myself believe that I was talking to Tommy Richman, because I never called this person, FaceTime this person, video, like, I never received anything. And then, like, that's when I knew right away. No, this is how I knew right away. He was like saying things like, I could arrange a meet and greet, and I'm like, oh, this might be him. And then he's like, would you like that? And he's like, I never got your name. He seemed to be really interested in me. He seemed to be very, very legitimate. Like, things were said in the point of view of a recording artist. He didn't lie about, like, oh, I'm in the studio with so-and-so, or blah, blah. It was more like, I have a lot going on. I have engagements today. My team, this. He was referring to the actual producer of $1 Million Baby named Jonah. That's a real guy. He was like, I have to talk to Jonah, or Jonah just left my hotel. I'm in my hotel. I'm in LA right now. And I'm just like, huh. This is when I knew it was a catfish. What is a catfish? A catfish is someone who pretends to be someone else online to like, well, that's it. To pretend to be someone else online, but like they go a step further. They develop relationships with people online. Or at least try to. See, back in the day, I had a website called myspace.com. And that's where the whole catfish thing was started before the show Catfish. Like, that's where it came from. And this is not my first rodeo. Have I been catfished legitimately, like, hard before? Yes. Yes. I'm a sucker for love. Who knows who I was talking to? And that's scary. And I think that it's a sign of my impaired judgment that I actually took it a step further, because he wanted to move platforms right away. He wanted to go to Teens. He called it Skype. And I'm like, didn't they delete Skype? Because they did. And that's when I knew something was wrong. I was like, oh, I'm talking to a catfish. He wants to go to Skype. So I'm like, I'm going to entertain this. I entertained it. So we're talking on Teams. And everything is like going very fast. Like, it's scary. He's asking me about my parents. I'm asking him about his parents. And, like, the information he told me is Googleable. And then I'm like, oh. So, like, I started collecting evidence. So, I didn't have evidence that was hard enough. Like I said earlier in this episode, I needed hard evidence. I needed something to slap him in the face. Like, I'm like the police, okay? I'm like the feds. I need a conviction, you know? So I was like, okay. So I was on Tommy Richman's, like, I Googled him, right? So I was on his official website, and it said upcoming shows. So like I was like, oh, he's on tour. So I asked him, I'm like, are you on tour right now? And he's like, no, I'm not on tour. And I'm like, oh, okay. Weird. And then it's funny because it's so obvious and I'm so stupid. Because a part of me really wanted to believe, and like we'll talk about that part at the end, is the part of me that really wanted to believe and what's wrong with me to like let this go on. It made a good podcast episode. I hope so. Good subject at least. He told me, he's like, I might be jetting off to Australia in a couple of days. And I'm like, okay. So I went on his website, and the tour, sure enough, shows Australia. But it wasn't in a couple of days. It was like in 2 weeks. It still hasn't happened yet. So I was like, okay. And then he's like insisting right away that he wants to meet me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and then this is where it goes wrong. Because in my head, I was like, well, if he's not real, would he want to be so insistent on meeting me right away and getting to know me in person? And I'm like, And then he's asking me, like, what his favorite songs are. And I was quoting certain lyrics to him, and he didn't recognize that I was doing that. And I thought that was weird. I was like, wouldn't you know your own lyrics? So I'm like, And then he asked me right away, like a day in, I shit you not, he goes, I need to ask you if I can be your man. And then, and then I was like, hold on. So I Google signs you're being catfished. And sure enough, wanting to move to another platform, love bombing you, moving things quickly. So I was like, you know what? Sure. So I said yes. And I'm like, Inspector Gadget. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Inspector Gadget. Do 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 do. Something was off. Like something in my body, it like repelled it. It was like, Candice. This is not who you think it is. And I'm like, but who is it? So the curiosity got the best of me, and I kept this on. And it was exhausting, to say the least. Being love bombed is so exhausting because it's like we were saying things to each other that was so romantic. Like if it was real, it was so romantic. It was like out of a love story. Like it truly was. Like I don't know who this person is. I don't know how old they are, but like bravo, you were a great actor. You were a really, really great actor, and you're so crazy. I can't believe there are people out here unmedicated, undiagnosed, undetected who are psychopaths. This is how we get our Jeffrey Dahmers. This is how we get our murderers, our serial killers, our sadists. Like this person, like something's wrong with them. They're severely deprived. They're lonely. And they're psycho, and they live a double life. Like, who gets online and pretends to be Tommy Richman? Of all fucking people. So, like, all of this was, like, playing in my mind. And I'm like, wow. There's someone on the planet, like, either really obsessed with me and went to great lengths to, like, know I like Tommy Richman, which I haven't screamed to the heavens. Until now, I'll tell you my strategy now, because like I'm attracted to Tommy Richman now. Because at first, let's be real, I was like, he could take me to the top. I was like, if I get with Tommy Richman, I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be the biggest podcaster in the world. Like, I was like, I'm gonna be famous. I was like thinking of like all the paparazzi photos that were gonna be out of me. I was like, I'm not ready for this. Because let's be real, what was the motivation behind this? The fame, the glory, the exposure. I'm so vain. Like my intentions behind talking to a guy I thought who was ugly at first. Let's be real. I thought Tommy Richman was ugly. You don't see girls in his comments like, oh my God, tits out for Tommy. Like, no. You know, I won't be surprised if he writes his own songs. I won't be surprised if someone told him, like, you should be the writer and not the face of your songs. He's not my first choice, and he's not my second. So did I let myself believe I was talking to Tommy Richman on the 1% chance that I become famous off of being his girlfriend in the public eye? Yeah. But that quickly vanished when he asked me to Skype. Whoever this person was. So let's talk about that in a second. I want to finish the story. So he sent me dick pictures. And I'm like, what? Tommy Richman has tattoos on his fingers. He has tattoos on his hands. And they're on opposite sides. Like one side has tattoos on his fingers and one side has tattoos on his hands. these dick pics were cropped. So I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. That's strange. So I did send naked pictures if you're wondering that. Why? I don't know. All I know is to keep the trust going. Trust in quotation marks, I'm saying. So I saved the photo of the first photo of his dick picture, and I should have reverse Google imaged it right then and there, because I went to their TikTok, their pretend TikTok, and I downloaded all the photos because it seemed legitimate. So I'm like, where are these photos coming from? So some of them are from Facebook, Tommy Richman's official Facebook. Some of them were from stories of people in his surroundings, like, I don't know if they're other producers or other singers. I don't know what they are, but like, it was like pictures of Tommy from their pages, and like, I was like, okay, so whoever is pretending to be Tommy is like really, really obsessed with Tommy, or like really stalking Tommy, or really wants to be Tommy. And so I was like, this is kind of scary. And I reverse Google image searched everything, but the one thing I didn't do was the dick picture, and I should have did that the first time, because he sent a picture. I asked him for a picture of himself, and he sent a picture of himself, but it wasn't him, of course. So like, I Google reverse image that, but I noticed that the contrast on that photo was turned all the way up. So like, I don't think it would have yielded any results because it was edited and it was cropped. And I'm like, this is strange. Because, like, when you have an iPhone photo that you upload from your photo library, the image isn't cropped. It's not a square. It's not a skinny triangle. Like, so I'm like, this is so fucking weird. And then he sent me a photo, because I told him to write my name on his dick. And then, so he was like, that's a little extreme. That's a little silly. And I'm like, okay. And then he proposes the idea of, like, what if I write your name on my knuckles? But he has a tattoo there. And I'm like, something's already there. So he was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, wouldn't you know that? So it's just, like, stupid, small details. Only an artist would notice the small details, the small inconsistencies. And but it wasn't hard enough to slam him in the face with it. So, on I go. And I should have reverse image Google searched the dick in the first place, because this is what I found. Oh my God. I asked for a second dick picture. So he sent it. And I'm like, okay, why is this leg hairier than the last picture? And why is one dick circumcised and one dick not circumcised? I was like, I've seen a lot of dicks in my life. And I know the difference between a dick that's circumcised and a dick that's not circumcised. So I was like, okay, this could be hard evidence, but it's not conviction. It's not life, or it's not death penalty, right? So I was like, let me search those images that I downloaded from his TikTok again. So I'm like going on my burner account from TikTok and looking at his account, the fake account, and I'm like, So I look at his likes from the fake account. It's all these like African memes, and I'm like, who the fuck am I talking to? He was liking all these African skits, all these African fucking videos of just random skits of people in Africa. I think it was Nigeria, the country. Like, it was so crushing. I was like, oh, I'm not talking to Tommy Richman. I'm not going to be famous. I'm not going to be famous. Like, I was so devastated. And then I'm like, this is not hard enough. So I got this hunch today, 2 hours ago, or an hour ago, whatever. I got a hunch. I'm like, you have to reverse image search the dick. Like, you have to do it. But you have to do it. And I'm like, so I did it. And bitch, it yielded results. Like, who's ever... Like, someone posted this picture, the original guy, like, whoever it is, posted it. And it was the full size of the picture. I got the rest of his hand, and there was no tattoos on it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is hard evidence. I screenshotted it. And like the picture, the dick he sent me the first time, it came up on Reddit under someone else's account. And I'm like, wow. And then it came up on some site where you can rate dick pics. And I'm like, someone just Googled white guy dick pics and cropped out the hand because there was no tattoos and sent it to me. And I'm like, wow. And then the second dick picture I had him send me, I reverse Google image searched that, and it yielded results again. And it was from like a porn, oh, it was from gay porn websites. It was all linked to gay porn. And I'm like, oh my God. So I screenshotted that. And the other day, we were talking about food. And I asked him, I'm like, what are you eating? He sent a photo of his food. So I'm like, looking at it really closely, and he cropped out a carton of eggs. Well, the photo, there was a cropped out carton of eggs, and I was just thinking hard to myself. I'm like, this table looks like a family table. He's either living a double life, if this is really Tommy Richman, or this nigga is poor. Like, and why is there peas in his pasta? I Google reverse image that picture of the food he sent me. Dog. Oh my God. That picture was on Pinterest. That picture was on Facebook under African cuisine. So I have a feeling. Oh, and then I found a Pinterest page that posted it. Because there were other Pinterest pages that posted it. And then there was this guy's account that said he looked African. He looks like a little older than me, but it said photo editor. So I'm like, is that him? Is that who I'm talking to? This African guy on Pinterest that says photo editor? And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm like, my pussy's out in Africa. So I'm just like mortified and embarrassed. So let's talk about what type of person it takes to get catfished. Someone who is gullible, stupid, mentally ill, and believes in love. At comments, at TikTok comment, like, I believe that it could happen. So what I've done is I've reached out to the official Tommy Richman. And we'll see how that goes. I've reached out to him on all his channels multiple times. In all caps. I love you! So we'll see if he bites. Because that's how I got Ricky Hill to follow me on his main account. Will Tommy Richman follow me? The world may never know. Will I ever meet him? Will he ever be on this podcast? Will I ever get to tell him about this story of how embarrassed I am? Oh Lord. This can never get out. This can never get out. I got catfish at the big age of 30. Okay. Cool. I thought for a hot second. I was like, I'm gonna be famous. I met the love of my life. Oh my God. Cause he told me, oh God, I didn't even tell you this. He told me, he's like, I love you. And I'm like, oh God. Final stage of love bombing. And then I'm like, I have to say it back to keep up the facade. So I was saying it back. Did I mean it? Yes, absolutely. I love Tommy Richman. Did I mean it? Did I know it was not going to a real Tommy Richman, yeah, I knew it wasn't real. Because before we started chatting, this lasted about a total of 9 days. He was like, you're so genuine. You're so genuine. You're so genuine. You're so genuine. And in my head, I'm like, this is a psycho. I'm currently bored at home. That's my routine. So I entertained this. And hopefully I got a laugh out of you. Tonight I see Tim Dillon in person. I'm so excited. He's my favorite comedian. And then I have to get back to work. So this has been Candice with the Manic Candice podcast. Thank you for listening. I hope you had a good laugh at my expense. Please share this episode with your friends, family, and your followers. Please rate this podcast 5 stars. And I bid you adieu, me's and me's. Bye-bye.